Hello, everyone. Michael Klein here. I hope everyone is safe with the impacts of Hurricane Florence. Hopefully, you and your loved ones are safe and sound in a protected area. I do hope that everyone has a speedy recovery, whatever it may be, with your property, with your home, your school, and so on. Now getting to our discussion post number 3, the state of educational technology and technology leadership today. I do feel overall at my local level, Wake County Public School System, as well as at the school in which I teach, Riverbend Middle School, I do feel that we have a fairly well grasp on technology as well as technology leadership. I do feel that we have put in many incentives for students to be involved in technology as well as staff within our school and district. I do want to talk about the Learning Transform, our textbook by Eric Schneiger as well as Thomas Murray. So on page 34, it states, in our opinion, the best leaders have one thing in common. They do as opposed to just talk. Leadership is about action, not position or chatter. Some of the best leaders we have seen during our years in education have never held any sort of administrative title. That quote really struck me on page 34 of that text because it shows that even if you're not an administrator, you are able to be a leader in any aspect, as well as with technology, bringing technology into the classroom, into the school, and to be a leader by action and not a leader by title. We have many teachers at Riverbend Middle School that have come together and formed a leadership team, an informal group where they discuss different technologies that they bring into the classroom and they share it with each other. Looking at our school's website, you will see that we have different Tiger tweet social medias that we go on daily throughout our school. I do believe, and I'm pretty positive this was true, that our school, Riverbend Middle School, did lead the district in tweets last year. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we definitely made our technology be heard as far as transmitting our voice, our vision to our students and staff. So at Riverbend Middle School in Wake County, we are a BYOD, a bring your own device school, and I do feel that that is beneficial for our students to engage them in technology throughout the day into the classroom. We do have additional technology that each classroom has been given as far as we have large monitors that have the hookup, HDMI hookup to our laptops. There's laptop carts, iPad carts, as well as the students, again, bringing their own devices. The issue with that is not every classroom has an equal proportionate amount of laptops. So it depends on the subject, depends on the importance of the subject that they get more or less laptops for their daily use. So, for example, the health teachers, we only get 4 laptops as well as 2 iPads. Science classrooms, the core classrooms, they get more. I do believe they're up to 15 laptops. That's where the BYOD, bring your own device, definitely comes into play to assist with the additional students because we have upwards of 35 students per class. The issue with that, though, is our students, we are a Title I school, so not all of our students have their own device that they can bring or utilize in the classroom. We definitely have different professional developments that our administrative team, as well as the different leaders, as I mentioned, in the school, the LBAs, that they have led for the other staff, the rest of the staff, to help incorporate technology into the classroom as well as into the community. Wake County does give permission slips that have to be signed by students in order to use the technology. Each teacher is encouraged, required in a way, to have their own websites, and social media is a big push at our school for the teachers to be seen, to be heard on social media, to inform students, to inform families, to also brag about in a way what they're doing, awesome things they're doing in their classroom. Now talking about social media, this brings me to on social media, principals fight losing battles to keep up with students. So this, um, I'm sorry, article from the Education Week, it really stuck with me because I was reading through, as I was reading through this, it really showed that there is a gap between us adults as educators, our leaders, to our students because the harm of social media is so vast and it's so large that our students, they're not quite certain that, to in my opinion, they're not. It's easy for them to just simply say something, to type something without actually understanding the repercussion behind it because they're able to hide behind their phone, they're able to hide behind a keyboard. So one of the quotes that stuck with me says, "Experts say it's not a surprise that principals feel overwhelmed." This is to school threats to violence. So in Wake County, there was just a meeting this past August where school officials, leaders, as well as the public law enforcement, they met to have a conference to come up with new bylaws and regulations, procedures that would affect students who made threats via social media. And they are going to press charges to students that then were make threats on social media. Um, and sadly enough, a week after that information was released through our local news sources, local news broadcast, there was a threat at Rolesville High School right down the road from us. And this, because of this threat, online threat through social media, it caused extreme, backups for as far as the transportation. So it impacted other schools other than just Rolesville High School where it was um, pointed towards. Then it also states that 79% of principals are moderately um, concerned or moderately or extremely concerned about their students' inability to gauge reliability of online information. So looking at that, we as leaders, we need to be able to show the students what is a valid source, what could be used appropriately for research, um, and actually understanding the importance of citing work and knowing where you're getting the information from to make sure that it is reliable. So we do at Riverbend Middle School, and I know this is definitely a best practice throughout Wake County. The guidance counselors, they go into the classrooms and they hold classroom guidance lessons. And I know one of the large lessons that they focus on is with online safety, as far as social media and what students can or cannot say, do, threats, because students, they need to realize that if something is said on social media, it can be brought back to the school where action can then be placed upon them as far as suspensions or mediations, restorative circles, restorative practices, and so on. And lastly, I know the big thing, and I already mentioned this, but the big thing that to me is that with us moving into the 21st century with all these new technologies, we have to let students understand and know the importance of real life repercussions of what is said and what is done. I mean, this is for parents, this is for teachers. It's easy to type something, but would you say that to that person's face? So we need to be able to express that as leaders with technology. Thank you again. Hope everyone's safe. Take care.